Hi everyone, and welcome to the WTD podcast. My name is Kyia Mochitani, and I am your host for today's episode. Every episode, it'll be me right here. So for today's episode, we are talking all things what's the deal? And within that realm, we are talking about why it's so important to be picky, to be aware of who you spend your time with. And I kind of want to share why I'm so picky with who I spend my time with and who I give my time to, and who I choose to surround me. I think that this can be so valuable for your life, no matter if you're in high school, no matter if you're a mom. It's important, and it applies to everyone at all ages, all genders, everybody. So let's get right into it. I first off wanted to talk about how time is the most precious gift. It's the most precious thing that you can give to someone. Why? Because that's something that you'll never, ever, ever, ever be able to get back. It's one of the most valuable things ever, because without time, we have nothing, right? And so with that, I'm really picky about who I decide to spend my time with for many reasons. And I'm not saying that, I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not being a victim or anything. It's literally just about the direct and indirect influence people can have on my life, on your life, on everyone's life. And before I get into the reasons, I quickly just wanted to say, I was a broken friend. I was not always the best of friends who knew how to love on my friends. I didn't know how to be a good friend, how to be someone who everyone wanted to be around. Sure, in high school, if you knew me, I was very extroverted and I was very outgoing and out there. But to the people that were the closest to me, I wasn't able to love on them good. And I wasn't able to be that friend that I wanted. And I take full ownership of that. And so the reason why I feel like I'm qualified enough to talk about this right now is because of, being a broken friend, being a friend who was, wasn't nice, who wasn't there, who wasn't loving. I feel like now, seeing the other side of really working on how to be a good friend and how to love on the people I'm around the most, I feel like I've grown and I've learned so much, and that now I'm the one who's picky about who I spend my time with. And now I value the people that are in my life, and I value what it's like to be a good person and not a good person, but a good friend. Also, I feel like, I have 19 years of trial and error under my belt, of friendships, of being a bad friend and going through high school, as a young girl, there's a lot of drama there. And with people coming in and out of my life, I feel like I can really show you, the effect that people have on your life. So now let me stop talking about it and let me just get right into the reasons, because I hate when there's a long intro for, the YouTube videos and podcasts I listen to. So let's just get into it. Number one, I surround myself with people who lift me up, who make me feel good. And it's that feeling of when you leave after getting coffee or going on a walk or hanging out with your friend, you have all this energy and you just want to do good in life, and you feel fulfilled and you feel loved and you love the other person. It's just such an awesome feeling. And I don't get surrounding myself with someone who, is negative or is gossiping or is, talking crap about other people, because that's not where I'm at in life. And I want people, and I want to be around people who fill my soul up and make me feel good, and so I can make them feel good, and that we can bounce off each other, and it's just a good feeling all around. Number two is that I surround myself with people who believe in me. There's this story of, I don't know how to say his last name, but his name's Ryan Shaver, Avier. I just heard his story, and I totally forgot how to say his name. But I just heard his story. He was one of the best defensive players of the Steelers at the time, and he was going in for a tackle, and that tackle ended up paralyzing him from the waist down. And he was told, you know what, you have a 20% chance of walking again. You're not going to walk again. And when the nurse told his wife that, his wife cursed the nurse out. Was like, don't you ever say that. Like, he's going to walk. I believe in him. We believe in him. And he felt that. He knew that he was going to walk again. He knew that no matter what, I don't care what anyone says, I'm going to walk again, and I will defy all odds. So he said, in something that I loved so much and truly admired, is that he said, if someone didn't believe that I would be able to walk, they weren't allowed to be around me. They weren't allowed to be near me. I wasn't going to go near them. They weren't invited to the hospital. They were not in my circle. He goes, I surrounded myself with people who believed in me, who believed that I could walk. He goes, you know, growing up, I don't know, but most athletes growing up, they weren't told, oh, you're going to make it. You're the best athlete ever. A lot of them were told, no, you're not going to make it. That's like the top 1% who gets to the NFL, who gets to the NHL, who gets to the MLB, right? But they didn't surround themselves with people who said that about them. They surround themselves with, you know, people who believed in them, even if it was one person, even if it was two people, even if it was just themselves. They didn't believe that energy because they knew with hard work and determination they would get there. And so to end the Ryan story, he was able to walk. 20% chance of not being able to walk. He was able to walk and almost went back to the NFL. What the heck? Like, that is just so incredible. And I just think that just holds so much truth and power of, like, the people you surround yourself with is so important. Because imagine if he surrounded himself with people in that hospital room, people taking care of him, saying, you're never going to be able to walk, Ryan. I'm going to be taking care of you like this forever. He would believe that, and his mind would just be like, yeah, I'm never going to be able to walk. This is just whatever. So with that, I'm not going to give my time, the most valuable thing I have, to people who don't believe in me. To people who say, oh, Kyia, your podcast isn't going to work. Oh, Kyia, you need to go to college. Oh, Kyia this, oh, Kyia that. Instead, I'm choosing to surround myself with people who say, Kyia, you got this, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. And if you fail, you're going to get right back up because I believe in you, and I know that you're going to get to where you want to be. And so, you know, I've had people in my life already, and I know it'll be more to come, but I'm ready for it. But people already say, oh, you know, don't drop out of college. Oh, don't do a podcast. Oh, that, you know, podcast is very like a dense industry type thing. Oh, college is so good for you. Like, you need to go. And then that takes, number one, a toll on my body, because I feel that doubt then in my body, in my mind. Like, I start getting like second guessing myself, and, you know, like, obviously, like, I still believe in what I believe, but like hearing somebody like say that, it's just like, what? Like, are you serious? Like, you don't see that in me? It takes a toll on my mind, it takes a toll on my body, and it doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel like, oh, you're wrong, and da-da-da-da-da, like, you know, it makes me feel like anger and doubt and, you know, the whole 9 yards. So it's like, why would I give someone my time who doesn't believe in me? That's just the way I see it. And I know it might sound cutthroat now, where you're like, okay, Kyia, like, chill. But think about it from a different light of, like, imagine everybody in that hospital room with Ryan saying, you're never going to be able to walk. Imagine if I put myself in his shoes of saying, oh, you're not going to be able to do your podcast. Oh, you need to go to college. Oh, this, oh, this. I wouldn't thrive in that. Like, it does a toll. It makes an influence on you, whether you believe it or not. It truly does. Number 3. and I know many of you guys have probably heard it, but it is so stinking true. You are, on average, the top 5 people who you spend the most time with. And so my question to you is, who are you hanging around? And do you love who they are? Do you want to be like them? And if the answer is yes, then you're golden. Keep hanging out with them. But if the answer is no, maybe it's time to reevaluate. You know, I remember being in high school, and I would always find myself, I shouldn't say always, but I would find myself hanging around people who I knew weren't the best for me, who, you know, brought me down, who brought others down, or who didn't make me feel good, or whatever. But, you know, the whole shebang. It's high school, you know, as a teenage girl, it's hard, and you're going to be in drama. And, you know, I would always I always heard, like, if someone doesn't make you feel good, then don't hang around them. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so much easier said than done. Like, as a junior or as a sophomore, as a senior in high school, like, these are my friends. These are the people that, like, go to parties, and these are the people, like, this is our friend group, and if I don't hang around them, then I don't have a friend group, and yada, 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 yada. And sorry if you hear dogs snoring in the back. I can't help it. I don't know what to do about it because they'll start barking. But, you know, I would think, oh, but we're in a friend group and I can't, like, not hang around them. I can't, like, distance myself from them because, like, if I don't hang out with them, then I'm not invited anywhere, and that everyone's going to hate me. These are my only friends, yada, yada, yada. I mean, you know how it goes. And I wish somebody would have asked me this and would have just sit down and just tell me, you know what, like, I understand and I hear all of that. I truly do. I do. I really mean it. But my question for you is hanging out with someone who hurts you, who involves themselves, then you, in drama worth it? Is it worth it for the parties? Is being around someone whose friendship you know isn't gonna last? Is it worth it for the popularity? Is it worth it for the party? You know, and if your answer is, yeah, it's worth it. To me, I don't care. I just want to party, and I just want to go to parties, and I want to be invited, and I just want to have fun. I don't care if they're a good friend, whatever. I'm willing to cry about it and be sad and be hurt by them because I don't care. I just want to be friends with everybody and whatever. If yes is your answer, then that's fine. Then there's your answer. Then keep doing what you're doing. There's no way I can help you. But if the answer is no, then maybe it's time, you know, like, to reevaluate. Maybe it's time to say, I'm going to put myself first, and this may be the freaking hardest thing that I do, but I love myself so much that I don't need to be invited to a party of people who don't appreciate me for me, who don't love me for me. I don't want to have a best friend who goes and talks crap about me to another girl. I don't want to have a best friend who makes me feel bad or makes me look bad in front of a group. I don't want to have to sit there and question myself if I'm good enough, or if I'm smart enough, or if I'm pretty or skinny enough, or if I'm cool enough to go to their party. If your answer is no, then maybe it's time you take yourself first and you distance yourself first of all. Maybe you give them a second chance and say, have a conversation with them and have a heart-to-heart of, hey, like, and you know, it doesn't always work out, no matter if you're, you know, if you're on the younger side in high school, it might not always work out that way. It's not many people may be on your wavelength, and maybe you're a few years in front of your years, and that's fine, but at least you're trying. And if you're a mom or if you're in college, you know, I feel like there's no excuse then to just put yourself first and just say, you know what, like, I don't like the way you're making me feel. I don't like how you did this in front of everybody. And if there is something that I can help you with, let me know. But I'm just telling you and speaking from my heart that you're hurting me. You don't make me feel good. You don't make me feel loved. And if there's something going on with your life, I would love to know, but can you please not do this anymore? And maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. And, you know, for the excuse of, then I'll have no other friends and no other parties to go to. Y'all, there's so many people in high school your age. There are so many moms your age. There are so many people at your university your age. So I feel like there's no excuse, and you can just put yourself out there and say, you know what? I want to be your friend, and I'm genuine, and I see genuine in you, and like, let's go get coffee. Let's go hang out. Or whatever, if your kid is going to school with a mom that you think you can vibe with, why not try? Be picky with who you surround yourself with, and if there's potential, then there's potential. You know, I don't know if you guys have ever heard the saying that if you put garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. If you're not a good friend to other people, you're not going to get a good friend back. So maybe this is a time for you to also reflect on yourself, reflect on how good of a friend you've been. If you've been present in your friend's life, if you were treating yourself the way that you're treating your friend, if that's good, then that's great. But if not, then let's reevaluate and let's be that friend. Let's put a present in and let's get a present out. Let's put love in and let's get love out. And be that friend that you want to have. Be that person that you would want your daughter to have, that you would want your son to have, that you would want your sister, your mom, or whoever you love. Be that. And I just feel like if you start with a good influence, if you start with good love, if you start with a pure heart, then hopefully that's going to be reciprocated back to you. And if it's not, then that's your time to step away. And that kind of leads me into my next point of number 5 of, I had to set a lot of boundaries with people who I felt like I gave so much to, but didn't get much love or effort back in return. I would bend over backwards for people and cancel all my plans and come late to family dinners, miss out on special moments with Jake and I to help these friends who wouldn't even help me a little bit. And for that, I had to set boundaries and say, you know what, I love you and I think you're an awesome person, but I'm not going to keep bending over backwards for you if you're just going to not be giving me anything in return. So I'll love you from a distance and I'll care for you from a distance, but I'm no longer going to go out of my way and bend over backwards for you. Now I have all of these standards for friends, right? Not everyone's perfect. In fact, no one's perfect. And I don't expect everyone to hit all of my standards. I don't expect all of my friends to be everything and some to me. But you have to understand, say I have a friend and she's good to laugh with and have fun and just love life. Then when I need that, or when I go to hang out with them, then I know that I just have to be aware of that's what I'm going to get out of that. Which is awesome, which is great, and it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, or if I want someone to sympathize with me and to, hear me rant and to hear things I'm struggling with, then I go to a friend that's good at that. And I'm not saying I'm, so picky and whatever. I mean, I'm picky, but I'm not as picky as this whole episode's coming to be. But these are points that I want my friends to hit. Now I understand they're not going to hit all of them, but for the most part, these are the 5 or so things that I need from a friend, and to give someone my time to, because my time is so valuable and so precious, because it is something I will never be able to get back. And that's exactly how it should be for you. My closest friends now, I call them, they call me, they text me, I text them. Whatever they do to me, I reciprocate that love right back, and they reciprocate the love that I give to them right back to me. And it's literally it's just a friendship full of love, and a friendship full of happiness, and a friendship full of pure just admiration for that individual. They accept me for all that I am, and I accept them for all that they are. Oh my gosh, sorry, that was my dog who just snored. I can't get her out of my room, or else she'll just keep banging at the door. So, oh my gosh. But they accept me for all that I am. I accept them for all that they are. All of my weirdness, all of my crazy deep talks and how crazy I am and whatever. I just love them so much, and they just love me so much for the same thing. And that's to say, I have flaws, right? I'm not a perfect person. My friends aren't perfect people. But what makes us perfect and what makes our friendship so perfect is the foundation, is the love, is the respect, is the pureness in our heart for each other. I think one of the first times I felt like I've had a relationship with no problems and just love was recently, and she literally just accepts me for me and is like, I'm here for you no matter what, and is texting me and asking me all these awesome questions. And it's actually multiple people that I just love on so much, and it's so awesome to feel that love and that real raw friendship. So I just want you to know that if you don't have that right now, if you're not at the point of like having that genuine real friendship connection, that like it's out there for you. You just got to start with the love, and you got to start with those standards, and you got to be what you want to be in a friend, and the right friends will find you, and the right people who deserve you will find you, and the people that you deserve will find you. And it's just so awesome and amazing. But I hope this episode, gives you the courage or awareness at least as to like how to pick a friend, or why, your time is so valuable and everything like that. And I'm sorry for my dog snoring. I know she's in like every video, so it's such a bummer, but I literally can't get her out of the room. She'll just start scratching at the door. But I love you guys so much. I've, doing one episode a week, and I'm starting a whole new Instagram type thing, and I'm trying to make it work because, just trial and error. I'm never going to get it right the first time, so I just got to keep going and just keep going on with it. So I hope that you guys stick around, and I hope that you guys can find the love and whatever that you're looking for before watching this. So you guys can be doing a million different things right now, but you're right here listening to me, and for that, I'm seriously forever grateful. I love you guys with my whole heart and more. Have the best day ever. Mwah!